What's up, guys? Welcome back to channel.
How's it going?
Something you may be interested in.
The day of the music day.
Buddy Holly's last show.
This is the rarest concert poster there is. A winter dance party, Buddy Holly and the Crickets, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens. This is the Holy Grail.
A man brings unique poster to pawn shop.
What happened was that this night they did the show. The worst winter in like decades. Buddy Holly's drummer had to quit the tour because he got frostbite on his feet. Went to charter a small plane to fly to the next city. Just a minute or two after takeoff, plane crashed. No one survived. The Surf Ballroom was not even on the original tour. It was later added by the tour company.
Rick asked owner, is this thing real? And also asked some questions about it.
What I understand, the high school put the show together. One of the kids' uncles owned a printing shop, and they had days to whip the posters together, so they made, from what I've heard, about 150 of them.
I mean, is this thing real? So many fakes and things like that. I mean, where did you get it?
My family owns an auction house. A gentleman brought it to us that he had bought it from the lady that was at the show. We sent it down to a major auction house, and they authenticated it. As far as we know, there's only one of these.
If this is the only version of this poster, it's going to make it so much harder to prove that it's real.
Rick asked owner how much he wants for it.
And how much do you want?
$30,000.
So let me have a friend come down, have him look at this thing, and if it's the real deal, we'll talk money.
This is it?
Rick calls expert to check its authenticity.
Buddy Holly and the Crickets was part of the first generation of rock. How the posters look in those days. They were all printed by one poster company and then overprinted for all the stops. There would be a blank at the top, and that would overprint with the name of the ballroom that there was and the date that they were playing. Those posters are highly sought after.
After careful checking, expert gives shocking statement on this poster.
A legitimate poster for the Surf Ballroom for February 2nd, 1959 for Buddy Holly.
Never a poster. Definitive that there never was any poster made for that date. They've never seen one.
Is it worth anything?
Too many poster companies have this exact image, and
there's no money here.
Unfortunately, no deal was made. Let's move forward to next deal.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I have this to offer you. The earliest sticker-sealed Super Mario Brothers Nintendo game.
I guess this is a really early one.
The earliest printer still sealed.
Mind if I take a look?
Absolutely.
Sticker still version, which I know these are pretty rare.
An incredibly high grade.
All right. How much do you want for it?
I would sell it for $1 million.
$1 million.
Yep.
Owner asks $1 million for it, so Rick calls an expert for better advice.
He wants $1 million, which I think is insane.
Probably the most significant piece of video game history. What makes this special, first you're gonna see this sticker. So it's from the test market. Seeing this in this condition, it's a complete anomaly. So we don't know the exact number of copies that were printed, and what we're estimating is somewhere around the 10,000. And how many of those survived sealed? One, as far as we know. High risk, high reward. I know firm offers that turn down at $300,000.
At first, I thought you were crazy. Realistically, what do you want for it?
I'm asking $1 million.
I'm not going to get into it with this kind of figures to start with. So, learned a lot, and
It's good to meet you. Thank you.
Unfortunately, no deal was made. Let's move forward to next deal.
Got a coin I'd like to sell.
An 1867 shield nickel.
Extremely rare piece.
Okay. This is really intriguing.
A man brings rare coin to pawn shop.
I want to sell this coin. We can use the money and invest it in other things. There's only 25 made.
That's pretty amazing. There was a polished blank coin that was put into the minting machine. They made sure it was a perfect coin. It could be worth some serious money.
Stop the production of this coin because the coin had stars and bars on it. North didn't like the fact that stars and bars signify the Confederacy.
Rick asked how much he looking to get out of it.
So how much are we looking to get out of it?
90,000.
You mind if I have someone take a look at it? He'll help us figure out a price. I'll be right back.
Thanks.
Rick calls an expert to check it's real or fake.
This is a very busy design because it has rays, significantly rarer than similar ones from 1867 without rays.
So what do you think it's worth?
From about 63,000 to one outlier that brought 80,000.
Good knowledge. Thanks.
Thank you.
And the negotiation begins.
What's your best price on it?
I told you 90,000.
I'm looking at like 50 grand.
I couldn't take that.
It's a $63,000 coin.
Probably the nicest one around.
Recently sold for 63 at auction.
Bottom line, 80,000.
That's not going to happen. Sorry, we're not going to be able to make a deal. Well, have a nice day, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
You'd have to be totally on the desert, no water, in order to take that offer.
I'm here to sell this book.
The Art of Animation by Bob Thomas.
A man comes with signed copy of The Art of Animation to pawn shop.
Walt Disney's signature there. Pretty amazing.
Well,
$20, no problem.
it's a rare book. I've never seen a Walt Disney signature like that. It's huge. And I think it's in good condition.
Walt Disney. He did so many neat things with animation. He designed the multi-plane camera. You have your character right here. The background's got to move a little bit, but not as much as the other one. So he created a camera where there's all these different planes in it. It's a really arduous process.
This book contains signs of Disney team of animators, which increases its worth.
9 old men. Animators from like the beginning that worked on the shorts for the movies and eventually like Snow White, best of the best in Hollywood. Looks like we have all their autographs here. That makes it really cool.
Rick asked owner how much money he wants for it.
How much money you want?
$16,000.
It's not that I don't trust you, it's just I don't trust you because I don't trust anybody. Let me have someone check out the autographs, make sure all legit.
Rick calls an expert to check book's autograph and its worth.
Wow, okay.
I don't think anyone would fake them.
Right. The first thing I do want to look at is the ink. Well, this book is what, late 50s. Fiber tip marker, it's possible in that range. I don't think it's fiber tip marker. It's almost like a paint. This one I'm a little stumped on. I know the ink's live though. One thing I always look at first here is the W. When he starts off as W's, you see him on kind of a different plane here. And then the last name, I love how he does this last name here. And this always kind of just reminds me of, Mickey Mouse a little bit. He always included kind of a paraph at the end. This example perfectly illustrates it.
The expert verifies that the signatures are real.
It's real.
Absolutely no doubt about it. Live ink, beautiful signature. It's actually one of the nicer Disney autographs I've ever seen before.
What do you think it's worth?
It's not rare. Is everybody going to know who these guys are? You're looking at something in the $6,000 range. Cool
Thanks,
piece.
man.
Yeah, thanks for calling me down.
Rick calls another book expert to check it out.
It's a really cool book. Let me just call my book person.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? And I know you never do this over the phone. So what do you think of the book? He says all the signatures are legit.
This is a book that on its own isn't really that valuable or desirable. Condition here is not great. This is really more about the signatures. I would expect to see it from anywhere from $6,000 to $7,500.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
And the Rick's negotiation started.
I'd give you $4,500 for it.
I just feel like I could get more, like $7,500, like Rebecca said.
47.
It's just been in the family for so long. I mean,
if you change your mind, come back and see me.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Sell a book. What kind of book is it?
It's an annual registry of 1776.
A young man wants to sell 1776 annual register to pawn shop.
I'm looking to sell my book, take my lady out, get her drunk, and maybe she'll marry me.
Where did you get it?
That was my grandfather's.
Generally, you don't restore old books, just so you know, unless it's like absolutely necessary. Looking through it, it's most likely pro-English. All right.
Rick asked how much he wants for it.
Hey, what do you want to do with it? How much were you looking to get out of it?
$2,000.
Could be some serious money. Do me a favor.
What's
before
that?
you leave.
What's
you
that?
call Rebecca.
All right, bye.
Love you too.
Rick calls his favorite book expert to check it out.
Not only rebind, recent rebind will affect the value of the book.
That's your opinion.
She knows.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. That's what you're gonna get. One thing that's cool, there are descriptions of battles in here, including major defeat of Washington in New York. Not only history, politics, anything that people were talking about was put in this magazine.
What do we have here?
And there's a tape repair, literally tape, which, not good. So, 3,000.
All right, you're the best.
Thank you.
Take care.
Expert suggests $3,000 for it, so the negotiation begins.
I mean, what's your absolutely best price on it?
Start at the $2,000, and I will not be bartered with. Some money off of that still.
I know, but you ever pull $3,000 out of your pocket for a book?
For like a first edition Nintendo Power? Yes.
I don't even know what that is. Let me give you $1,500.
Let's go 16.
All right, I'll go $1,600.
Awesome. Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Got a family heirloom. It's a kunzite.
You sure it's just not a fancy piece of glass?
A man brings rare kunzite to pawn shop.
I come to see the guys pawn shop quite often. I'm gonna get $15,000 out of Rick.
All right, do you know anything about it?
An evening stone or something?
Kunzite can actually fade in sunlight. They're really rare.
More money?
I'm gonna have Jeff, my gemologist, check it out.
Rick brings kunzite to expert for its authenticity.
What's up, man?
Davey says this is kunzite.
Well, that'd be cool. Let's do some tests. All stones have clarity characteristics which can help identify them. Most likely there's going to be air bubbles or inclusions that tell me that this is natural.
So far, good news, right?
Yeah.
But I won't know if it's a natural kunzite until I do other tests. We're going to find out if you're lying. It measures the way light goes through the stone. And as I can see through here, it has the right refractive index to be kunzite. It is a natural kunzite.
I told you it was real.
Something of this nature, with this size, probably estimate $30 to $50 a carat.
Okay, how many carats does it weigh?
323.8 carats.
Expert confirms that it's real kunzite, so the negotiation begins.
It's real.
I feel it's worth $15,000.
I don't need one, okay?
It's big. It deserves big money.
I'll give you $5,000. I mean, just plain and simple, it's going to sit for a long time.
I'll go 10 G's. Please? Meet in the middle.
Give me 6 grand.
7,500.
6 grand.
65?
All right, 65.
All right.
All right, give me your ID.
Like doing business with Rick and Corey. Sometimes I win. I mean, this one, they won.
Unfortunately, even when I'm on vacation, I'm always looking for deals.
During vacation, Rick found a samurai helmet.
This is definitely pretty cool. Do you know anything about this?
Looks like some sort of helmet.
Samurai helmet, it looks like. You're asking $300 for it. You're not asking nearly enough for this thing. I believe in karma. I had to tell him what it was worth. A samurai helmet from late Edo-period.
When is that?
Early 1600s, somewhere right around in there. Over the years, I've seen a few samurai helmets. I've seen a lot of samurai swords. When you get those things in your store, you try and do a lot of research on them. Next time they come in, what to look for. Everything on this thing looks.
Rick asked how much he wants for samurai helmet.
Right. How much will you take for it?
What will you give me?
$12.50.
I gotta do a little better than that.
You only wanted $300 to start with.
At least 2 for it.
$1,500?
17.
I'll go 16.
1650.
All right, $16.50.
Let's go write it up.
Usually I say that. I think I can sell it quick. Sturgis, here I come.
I
How's it
got
going?
something here I think you might be interested in. They're fossils.
Do you know what a fossil is?
A watch.
A man brings rare plant and spider fossils to pawn shop.
They're around 290 million years old, and I've got 5 plant fossils and 1 spider fossil. They're from the Mason Creek deposit from Illinois, most famous fossil deposits in the world. The spider is one of the first insects that were ever around. And these are all just ferns, actually mutated and split into 2 tips.
Rick gives more information about fossils.
Fossils are basically plants and animals that have been preserved in stone.
Rick asked more questions about fossil to owner.
I think these fossils look awesome. When you found these things, you had to split them open yourself?
Yeah, with a hammer, just very carefully.
I have no way to authenticate if they came from Mason Creek or if they're even real.
Rick asked how much he wants for it.
How much did you want for them?
Around $1,200 for the entire collection.
I just don't know enough about these. It's not that I don't trust you, it's just that I don't trust anybody.
Rick calls expert to authenticate the fossil.
Let me call someone, get him down here, we'll get everything figured out.
Whoa, what do you have here?
This is it.
Where did you collect them?
From the Mason Creek Formation in Illinois.
Different areas?
Same area.
These are some of the nicer ones that I've seen. This one appears to have broken and been repaired. Absolutely real. They're carbon impressions of organisms that lived on planet Earth 300 million years ago.
The expert himself likes this amazing fossil.
Very interesting. 300 million year old spider. Collectors all over the world love to find these.
Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it. So how much did you want for these things?
For the quality, for the size, I did want $1,200.
I'll give you $800.
At least $600, at least.
I'll go $1,000. I can't go no more.
I can't let them go for $1,000. I'm sorry.
I'll go 11.
Deal.